before we dive into the circus, do me one solid. Smash that like button, subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Because trust me, you'll want to sound off on this one. So, I'm scrolling the other day and stumbled across this clip. Yeah, it's from 3 years ago, but the timing? Too perfect. Especially after what just went down this past Easter. What Tiffany says in that video hits differently now. The irony could knock you out cold. You couldn't script this better if you tried. Let's rewind to the early pandemic era. Zoom meetings, bad lighting, and people forgetting to mute. In this throwback clip, Tiffany Henyard, who never misses a spotlight, shows up at what she calls an urgent announcement for the village of Benton. Grainy camera, stiff posture, voice dripping with self-importance. She leans forward and declares, "Board of Trustees and residents, I need everyone to understand there is no trespassing at the old village hall." The way she hit trespassing, you'd think someone broke into the Pentagon. Tiffany doubled down, hammering the word like she was briefing a national security team instead of warning locals about a dusty, half-lit municipal building. Then came the dramatic twist. Tiffany said she'd been getting concerning reports that someone had been sneaking into the old hall without clearance. Her tone? All business. She made it sound like a top-secret facility. "How did they even get the access code?" she asked, eyes narrow. And suddenly, this wasn't about a building anymore. It was about control. Tiffany was flexing her power. But she didn't stop there. She went full Judge Judy, warning that anyone caught inside without permission would face prosecution to the fullest. She talked like trespassing was a federal offense. And for a moment, you might think she's just doing her job until she drops another bomb. Someone had supposedly seen a former village employee walking around in full uniform. That's when Tiffany lost it. She accused him of impersonating a government employee. Her words, not mine. Like this guy was out there running a covert operation in a Benton polo. The irony? That man was someone she personally fired back in 2021, right after bulldozing her way into power. This ex-employee hadn't seen a village paycheck in years. But Tiffany couldn't stand that he still had a logo on his chest. You'd think he was running a shadow government at a laundromat. Tiffany, chin high and voice stern, declared, "Once you've been fired, you no longer work for the village of Benton." She said it like she was reading scripture. Case closed. Except, fast forward to Easter 2025, and guess who's back at the village building? Acting like the mayor again? Yep, Tiffany herself. The same woman who banned trespassing and called uniforms a crime. Standing front and center, handing out food, smiling for cameras, playing mayor like nothing ever happened. Here's the catch. She's not the mayor, not the supervisor, not even a volunteer with clearance. Yet there she was, violating her own decree. The hypocrisy doesn't whisper, it screams. So let's break it down. When anyone else wears village gear, Tiffany calls a crime. When she does it, suddenly it's tradition. If a fired employee wears a hoodie, it's impersonation. But when Tiffany slips on the title she lost, it's leadership. Please, that's not leadership. It's cosplay. Dollar store super mayor cosplay. Back in that 2021 Zoom video, Tiffany wasn't being professional. She was on a power trip. Her control was slipping, her empire cracking, and she needed a target. So she went after former staff, spinning stories of trespassing and impersonation to keep herself in the spotlight. But now, she's doing everything she once condemned, louder, bolder, and on camera. Tiffany wrote the rules, then broke every single one of them, in public with a smile. The irony's dancing, the hypocrisy's shouting through a megaphone, and her ego? Oh, it's having a parade. So what is it? Petty drama? A full-blown power spiral? Or something deeper brewing behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you caught the contradiction. Hit subscribe if you're new, and share this with someone who remembers Tiffany's so-called glory days. Because, ma'am, you said once you're fired, you can't rock the merch. So let's make it official. You're fired, not mayor, not supervisor, not even hall monitor. And yet, here you are, parading through town like the self-appointed queen of Benton. Now, quick detour. Let's talk makeup. Girl, that foundation is loud. I'm talking hazard sign loud. Like 8 coats of sunburn orange in peak July heat loud. In 2025, we're still doing this? That's not a matte finish. That's a meltdown. You're not glowing, you're melting. It's giving less public service. More drag brunch inside a toaster oven. And that wig? Phew. Let's unpack that. Allegedly cost $1,000. For what? That thing looks crafted from packing tape, yarn, and broken promises. The color aimed for executive blonde, but landed somewhere between mop water and Miss Potential. This isn't CO energy. It's Pinterest fail with extra glue. If a cosmetology school was involved, somebody owes you a refund. That lace front isn't blending, it's confessing. And if you really drop $1,000, you didn't buy a wig, you bought a warning label. Someone saw you coming, cashed out, and waved goodbye. But let's get back to the point. Wig aside, foundation aside, here's the bottom line. You're not the mayor. You're not the supervisor. You don't even have a desk plaque. Yet there you are, handing out donated food like you're running payroll, snapping photos like it's campaign season, and showing up on Easter like it's your big comeback. Newsflash, that wasn't a return. That was a costume change. You're not running the village. You're running your mouth. And the wildest part? You made a whole spectacle over a fired employee wearing a Dalton hoodie. Like it was espionage. Girl, they were probably just picking up their last check. But you turned it into a federal case. The prophecy writes itself. June 7th, 2021. You had power. March 2024. Gone. The one you tried to bury? Thriving. Meanwhile, you're still clinging to old titles and a wig that should have retired 3 scandals ago. And now there's talk of an ice rink named after your daughter? Baby, this is an ancient Rome. You're not Caesar carving monuments. You're a retired mayor building embarrassment. The act is overdone. The foundation's too thick. The wig's too tragic. And performance? Expired. But here's the real kicker. You could stop. You could actually stop rewriting scandals into fairy tales. Stop pretending the power is still yours. Because you're not running the show anymore. You're running out of time. All right, I'm done. For real this time. But before I dip, you know the deal. Smash that like button, hit subscribe for more, share this with your crew. And if you're feeling generous, hit that join button to support the channel. It keeps the tea hot and the shade sharper. Take care of yourselves. And Tiffany, for the culture, for the community, for the wig, please, take care of that. Bye.